So I just want to say thanks, guys, for jumping on after the holiday. I know everyone else is still on holiday time right now, from the 4th of July, but I definitely wanted to have a quick, um, pre-look at Transamerica, some updates, some of the things that they're doing. But not only that, a lot of agent testimonials. So I want you guys to hang on too, because a lot of agents are going to be speaking about their experiences with Transamerica when it comes to final expense or IUL. And I'm also going to show some leads too, where to get, very low cost direct mailers at. And also we get the premium mailers at. Also for IUL social media leads too, they're discounted as well. We're going to look at that as well too. And so give me about 15 minutes tops before I, open it up. So I just kind of want to run through this, guys, so you can have a good comparison. I know you guys are writing final expense out there. We've been writing Transamerica for a very long time, maybe over 15 years. And I remember back in 2014, 2015, 2016, we were writing so much trans because it was easy to write, easy to go through. And then they had a lot of changes in 2017, all the way up to this date now, in 2024, where a lot of things have changed. They got a new CEO. They got loose on a lot of things, got very liberal on a lot of their underwriting. And it's just blowing us away right now because the applications are easy to write. They're going through, people are getting approved with all these health conditions, people are being paid. And remember, a lot of you guys have high contracts over 100%. And a lot of other agents that are stuck, with, oh, I can't get people approved, or I can't get this happening, or a contract stink. I'm not vested day one. So all of that stuff here is just the right model for the broker world right here. So we're just going to go through this real quick of why we choosing, Transamerica. And Scott Gordy, he's going to be on the Transamerica. He couldn't make it today because of a lapse that he had, some things that he had to do over the holiday. And I guess it happened over the day. So he's going to be on Wednesday. So we're going to have another one of these where Scott is going to be going over this, the one of the vice presidents for trans and all their products. So he's going to be going over that Wednesday. Okay. We'll get that Zoom link out for you guys as well, that Eventbrite. All right. So just what I was talking about, your health, immediate coverage, best rate possible, ease of doing business, and commission. That's all us agents, care about. So if you look at this, a lot of agents right here are like, wow, can I get my clients up to 50,000? Yes, it's very doable. Most of the time we're looking at immediate solutions. This is day one, first day coverage. We can insure them from 0 to 85. The minimum amount's 1,000 up to 50,000. And they come with these accelerated death benefits and terminal illness riders at no cost, which are great. And then the optional riders are pretty good. Accidentals, a couple bucks. Grandchild riders, you could put up to 9 grandchildren on the application, which is really good. It's only a few bucks, thinking about 10K. So it's a really good rider. Most of the time we're putting it on there for grandkids. This is just a 10 pay. We pretty much don't really write that. We have, other pre-need carriers and stuff that could do 10 pays, guys. And the Easy Solutions product over here is your graded product. Again, we can get people first day coverage with other products. If they have to go on this Easy Solution, after all the benefits I'm going to go for first day here, it's going to blow you away. And you'll never write this right here anywhere, or you can look at a pre-need company or something. So if we go down, if you look at the competitors, you have Transamerica right here. You have Aetna, CVS here, American Amicable, Americo, Foresters, and Mutual of Omaha. And you can look at this. Look at the comparison right here. And we're going to go through pricing in a second. So we're looking at the classes here, graded death benefits. Looking at riders here. Some of them don't have the riders. Let me go back up. I'm sorry. Yeah, I see this. And I can send this to everyone on here as well. I can send this PowerPoint, okay, to all you guys. All right. So you guys can look at it. Okay. Automated underwriting. We're going to get to that. What does that mean? Social Security billing. They have that as well. Again, you still go up here, but it's the pricing. The pricing it's what's really matters right here. Look at the pricing, guys. Look at this. It speaks for itself. It's still being mutual. And I know a lot of you guys start off with that, but the underwriting is better than mutual. Mutual is more conservative. The Transamerica is more liberal in the underwriting. So, yeah, I'll send you a PowerPoint. So you guys can see this right here, a 65-year-old male, okay, and female. Take a look at it, and you can see the pricings for 15,000. We have the quote tools, guys. I can give you the quote tools. Not a problem if you don't have it for final expense. Okay, but not only the pricing is good, the underwriting is good. That's kind of what most people are really concerned with. Okay, what's the underwriting? The pricing looks great. I can see that it's very competitive, especially if they're in a preferred class. So let's go down. Social Security billing option. That's good. Increased persistency. Most of the time, I rather do Social Security billing. Okay, there's a whole video that I have on the Bill Feggins Academy page that goes over the Social Security billing, how to set it up. But yeah, it's better for them to actually get the money first. Okay, it avoids lapses, avoids people. Oh, I forgot this. You know, I can just tell my clients, look, we do Social Security billing. It's just much simple. It's much better if we just go along with that because the timing is better. Okay, so basically, Trans gets the money first, and then they get their money. You know, so let's just do Social Security billing. It's just much better. Enhanced underwriting. This is what, and this is just a few of them because I have the whole booklet on it. Okay, because we're going to talk about dialysis and a few other things we could give them first day coverage. Okay, aneurysm, bipolar. You know, so now they're pretty good for the mental health issues. I know you guys get a lot of declines on that. Okay, circulatory disorders, definitely a lot of declines on that, or it's graded. And this is first day. Okay, epilepsy, lupus, wheelchair paralysis. And it's more too. Look at this. Okay, anemia. Okay, they can get standard. Okay, other than sickle cell. Activity credit means they work. They're doing something at least 10 minutes of physical activity a day. It could be walking, it could be gardening, it could be going to the gym or something like that. You just select it. You know, they're not really like looking at that to see if they actually are doing it. How can you monitor that, by the way? But as long as you have some activity, you know, if you have asthma and you're saying, hey, you know, mom, you know, walks, you know, 10 minutes, 3 days a week or something like that, preferred. That's insane. Most carriers you'll get graded. Preferred at the pricing I just showed you above. Okay, bronchitis, heart disease. Look at this. Preferred. Preferred. Heart failure, congestive or diastolic, standard. And I would add in here dialysis, you know, standard. Okay. Hospitalization, look, within the last 12 months. Most of the time it's 2 years or 4 years. Okay. So liver disease or cirrhosis, standard. Respiratory, black lung, COPD, and emphysema, you know, that's great. They get standard or preferred. Imagine that. If they have some activity credits. 1 second, guys. Sometimes these links to join don't work all the time. Stroke, okay, or TIA, the mini stroke. So standard with the activity credits, preferred. Okay, oxygen use, standard. Now it's getting preferred at these prices. Hold on. Let's scroll back. At these prices, how can you compete with that? And it's going through and it's getting approved. I can't wait for people to talk about this. That's why I wanted more testimonials on here where I have agents actually talk on here about them getting approved. I put somebody in with dialysis, approved, issued right away. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Paid first, it paid great commissions too. Your commissions over 100%, 9 months advance, vested day one. How are you losing? You did the client a favor. You got them first day coverage. If something would have happened to that client, I know from Transamerica, they pay claims. You know, I had somebody that died on within a week and they got approved through underwriting, but they didn't make a payment. Underwriting just told them to just make one payment. They paid the claim. It doesn't get better than that. That was my own personal experience. And there's a lot of other cases. So before I get into that, because I'd rather have live agents actually talk about this, that they had these type of scenarios here, okay, in real life, not just them putting this up on a PowerPoint. So I'm going to jump right into that. But before I get into that, can I go over just a little bit of the leads? Can I just go over a little bit, guys? Is that okay? I just want to see you guys like approvals or whatever, or yeah, or whatever. Can I get a little bit of that in the chat? Okay. All right. The reason why I want to show this is because I jumped into the integrity leads over here because you guys can get into this portal. Okay, we'll send this to you. You can get into it. You can work with them and you can get some of the leads, because think about this. Since the pandemic, everybody has been getting Facebook leads or webinar leads or got lazy. Remember back then we used to knock on the doors? We used to knock on doors. If we got leads, we were knocking on doors. Okay, majority of us. That was the way we've been doing it. Look at this, 25% off social media IUL leads or final expense or mortgage protection. You know, I want to show you guys that you guys can purchase direct mailers, okay? I'm going to go in here, pick life. I'm going to pick direct mail, okay? Pennsylvania. I don't want all counties. Let's just do Philadelphia or something. Philadelphia. So if I was living in Philadelphia, I know I can get some discount on leads. I see some mortgage protection leads here. I'm going to go down. I see some final expense. Okay, gold final expense. What is that? 121 days, 365 days, $5. Okay. And then usually I can get a discount. There's a holiday or something like that. Maybe I get 25, sometimes 50% off. Or I can get these bronze ones right here for $3, sometimes $1.50. And these are real mailers. You know, crazy. I see that, Clifton. Yeah, you're right. Clifton said, I have a client that could not get approved with a decent rate anywhere because of her weight. I got her 40K on preferred. Crazy. Yep. Clifton, I definitely want you to tell that in a few minutes, okay, if you can. Silver leads, these are mailers. These are leads, guys. You guys can knock on the doors, okay? You can knock on the door, okay? And show them. I ordered many of these before. Show them their signature. You guys know the pitch. You guys are brokers. You guys are experienced. You can't just order a couple of these leads here in your county and go out and knock on the doors, okay? You have a price buster, okay, going through the door, okay, getting them preferred rates. So you're saving them money and you're doing them a service. Let's get into social media. I know we got into that. And this is usually by state. So look at this, veteran life insurance Facebook lead, you know, $30. Let's see how old they are. Veteran leads, specifically targeted for military men and women, educating them on current insurance and other options they're available for. Wow. Okay, they're 0 to 30 days old. They're $30. Now we could save 25% off right here. See it right up here. Okay. We have final expense in here. Social media, $5. Okay. Could buy a couple of these. Okay. I know some of you guys are going to go in there and probably buy them right now. Like, oh, let me go get that right now. 25% off, $5. I'll buy all 4 of those. IUL. Look at this, Aubrey. Look at this, Cliff. Okay. 15 at 30. Leads generated through social media platforms that are looking for index life insurance. Okay. What's your opinion on that? Am I cooking?
Yeah, you cooking.
With gas, Mr. Bill.
Am I cooking? I mean, I'm just showing, I'm just sharing some stuff with you guys.
You
I'm like,
cooking, Bill.
I'm hoping I'm cooking here right now.
There.
Hey, Bill, I just got on. I'm sorry. I was having trouble getting in. My Gmail dropped out. I don't know. But anyway, so what was the difference between platinum, gold, and what was the other one? Silver? You're
So
probably
the length of time
titanium.
that they're in. So if we look at the diamond, these are 0 to 7 days old at $30, but you can get 25% off. The titanium ones are 8 to 30 days old. Okay, so you got ones that are a week old at least, or these are from 8 to 30. These are $15. And then you have the platinum. They're $10, but 25% off. They're 30 to 60 days old. And then you have the gold. These are like close to 3 months old. They're $5. These are IUL leads, guys. You can't chase these all day. Okay. And you know they enhance the Transamerica IUL. And I definitely want Aubrey and a few people to talk about that, because from their other experiences or redlining or when it comes to performance, because guys, I could show you a performance grid with Transamerica IUL against the competitors. I could do that too, but I'd rather have Scott do that next Wednesday, and I'll put that out back on YouTube and send that out on all the social media, platforms as well, so you guys can do a competitive analysis on that for the IUL. So I just wanted to show you real quick some of these things, some of these leads in here, exclusive, internet, variable leads. So, and I can send this over to you guys so you guys can look at this of all the leads. And then we have the Kaboom leads, okay? I think you guys see that right here. We have the Kaboom leads as well. And those are leads that are with Cody and them leads too that we actually will use. So let me do that. Jump on the Kaboom leads. Everybody can see this? Okay. I like Cody's leads too as well, because you can see all of the targets, all the filters that they use inside these leads. Okay. And you guys can look at them. So these leads are very exclusive. You can get final expense leads by the county at $33. Those are the fresh leads. If you need very fresh leads, then you can get these as well. You know, most people, hey, you know, I'm making a good, you know, penny writing a ton of final expense with Transamerica or some other carriers that, you know, that we have as well. And I might want to get some fresh leads. Go right here and get them. Tab right in here. You can get 20 at a time, $33. Okay. All right. I'd rather have a set price for leads than not knowing what I'm paying for. Like, you know, if I paid whatever amount is for a 1,000-piece mail drop, whatever comes back, you can get 4 back. Okay. I'd rather have a set price. So $33 for 20 leads. You know, you select the counties and here's the questions that they're asking them. Okay. And you're getting those leads in the mail back. Those mailers. That's what people want. If you decide to do that way. Kaboom, guess who stepped in the room? Yeah. Yep. So, all right. So now that I kind of showed this to you guys and it's PowerPoint and everything here, you guys kind of see, let me make sure, share. You guys see, you know, a lot of stuff that's going on with trans, just showing you a couple of examples here, because I want a couple of you guys to jump on and share your case studies that you had your own experience. So whoever wants to, you know, go ahead and kick it off. Tell me your experience with trans. Number one, did you have a trans writing number already? And did you get another writing number, which you can do in trans? So if somebody says to you, oh, I have a writing number with trans, that's fine. You can have 2 writing numbers.
I will tell you immediately first, I did have a trans writing number on another platform, and I simply did the contracting with you, Bill, and I got my second trans number. No questions asked. It was just simple. I couldn't believe it. And I tried to do the same with another carrier, and they were like, no. So it definitely happened for me.
What was your experience writing trans? Because you wrote a couple of trans policies. So how did that work out?
Oh, the final expense experience was really smooth. It was very easy. The application, it wasn't overbearing for the client, and that made it easier for myself. And everyone was approved, and they were delighted about it. I wrote another piece of business on trans and IUL, and with a young man, inner city kid, and I had done the same on another platform for another younger child. In fact, 2 other younger clients were declined on another platform. But when I wrote this IUL application with trans, I got back from the underwriter a few requirements that they had wanted initially, like identification, copies of their identification, and an explanation as to why the individual wasn't licensed as a licensed driver, assuring that it wasn't to some medical reason. And that were the only those were the only underwriting questions or requirements for that application thus far. So it's been really smooth. I get paid like in the blink of an eye. And I really am enjoying this opportunity with Transamerica. So I thank you for that, Bill.
No, we really thank you, Althea. I mean, that was the whole point of getting it, because I knew you had a writing number already with another IMO, and it wasn't doing any trainings. And for us, we're going to do trainings on a weekly basis, you know, because of this, you know, ordering leads, direct mail. Let's go back to you know, I've been in marketing, you know, my whole background's in marketing. You guys know if they're not knocking on any doors, you know, because of the pandemic, this is the opportunity to knock on doors. You just need the right product, the right commission schedule, the right, you know, a lot of things. And you're really helping in servicing your client. You're giving them the best pricing and they pay their claims. And the thing is, you got to understand, with this company, they're a public company. They don't want a bad, you know, rap about them, about redlining clients. Okay. They just don't. All right. They're not a private company. Could you imagine, you know, the type of publicity that they would get if they're redlining, especially on IULs and things like that, that other carriers are doing. Okay. So that's why I love this. But no, thank you so much, Althea. Anyone else?
Bill, Aubrey here. Yeah, I do want to say something. I have experience with, for those that don't know me, I have experience with IULs, and that's kind of where I started. So with Trans, I did a lot of digging into their product, making sure, you know, it was comparable, a lot of great benefits to their product. And I had a client who I tried with a different platform. They requested a paramedic, and this client was playing phone tag with the examiner, you know, and, you know, it just wasn't working out. So my client got frustrated and said, look, is there another way? Because this paramedic is just too frustrating. So I tried her on Transamerica, and I applied on Saturday, and she was approved on Monday.
Wow.
So yeah, it's definitely a game changer. If you don't have any experience with IULs, or you do, but it doesn't matter. Look at the benefits of it, and I can say that I've noticed a lot of insurance company, they're requesting paramedics even when there's no medical uh, situation, like there's no medications that they're on. They're requesting it. I asked why, and I'm not going to say which carrier, but they said sometimes if their credit's challenged, they will request a paramedic. So that's something to be aware of, that maybe more companies are starting to do that. So yeah, great experience. I got another one pending. Hopefully, you know, that'll be approved soon. And this guy was denied. Oh, the second guy was actually denied by a carrier. I put it on the application that he was denied because of a high trace of something in his urine, but they're still considering him for standard. Wow. So just yeah, that's just my testimony. For more good to come, I believe.
I do want to say, piggyback on what Aubrey talked about with the paramed. I had one person on a platform, on another platform, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to mention the company too, but this application was pending for a month and a half, waiting for attending physician statement. And I'm looming and I'm saying, you know what, let me just, you know, another agent was like, just put her on another platform. So I did the application 30 minutes while on a vacation weekend, and she was approved like in 3 days. I was like, wow, how duh. So it really is a big thing with these attending physician statements. You have to wait. And the parameds that are, you know, if the individual had already went through a paramed on this other platform, now they wanted to, you know, dig into her attending physician statement. And she was getting a little anxious about not having the coverage that she needed. And we had done the application, and I was like, you know, to save this deal, I did that application in like 25 minutes tops on a Saturday while in a hotel room. By Tuesday, she was approved. Done. And to add to that, the broker, Chris Carinari, I believe it is his last name. He was very helpful. Like he called me on Monday to make sure I had everything I needed with that application, because there was some discrepancy with whether or not the cost. I had to save the lady's age because she actually had a birthday that weekend, and so there was just that paperwork that needed to be submitted, and he helped me with that, and everything was done by like that Tuesday. So yeah.
That's amazing. That's another good point that Althea brought up, is that you do get a broker liaison, a concierge. Okay, his name is Chris Canarini. All right, is ours. Okay, he works with the vice president, and he'll sit for an hour or two with you, like he did Althea, and go through everything with you. Okay. Everything. When I mean everything, everything. And there's also another side to Trans too. They have an annuity side too. So Chris can get you set up for that too as well. So if you do get those single premium, immediate whole life, policies, and you want to get some money, even though we have other carriers, but if you wanted to do that, you want to be paid, like a real agent, you want to get that 6-7%, of the entire thing. You can do it with Trans. Their products are good. You just got to get to the other side. There's a whole nother side to it. And you can see all the benefits with their annuities as well. So anyone else? Anyone else want to give it like a little testimonial?
Oh, you can't hear me.
Hey, I can hear you. We can hear you.
Hey, Bill, CJ. Hi, everyone. I can say that since I've been with Trans, definitely, fast approval, people that were modified with other companies being standard over here is a bonus. Like, to be able to tell a client that you're not 2 years, waiting period to first day coverage is really awesome. So I was really excited about that. And definitely the fact that you can have 2 writing numbers was amazing as well. So me and Bill was surprised when I got my number. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, was that I had some great experiences with some clients.
No,
So
how did you get paid like what you were expecting? Like, it wasn't like no 6 months. It was, you got it.
Oh no, I got everything the way I was supposed to. Like I submitted an application on Tuesday. It was good to go. I got paid Sunday night.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, they pay on Sundays.
Yeah,
Nice.
they pay every day direct from the carrier, depending on your bank. So we don't have to go through, get paid by an agency or anything like that. You guys are paid directly by Trans. You keep all your residuals. Everything's there. Everything's transparent. The contracts are there. You can have a second writing number. You're vested day one. Vesting is very important. Let me just break this down too, because it is. If you're not vested or any captive company comes to you, first of all, they'll say you're not captive. They'll say you're independent, but you are captive. But if you're not vested, you can write all this business for a year or two and you will not be paid your residuals, okay? If they cut you off, all right? That's it. With this, I can't cut you off. You'll still be paid. It'll tell you, for the life of the client. And that's what people want. I'm still being paid by Trans from 15 years ago. Okay? So it makes sense. And people want to develop that book of business. So they got the money, they got the power, they have everything. They're like the top 3 big insurance companies out there, especially when it considers Final Expense or IUL. So CJ, you right. I remember we were talking about this. Can you get a second writing number? And a lot of you guys got second writing numbers. You're out there you're writing it up. Jersey, all 50 states, guys. You can write this in all 50 states. You can e-app it. You can send them a text message over, guys. Writing the app is easy. It's not a problem. Here's the booklet. You guys want to scan on your phone, scan this QR code right here, okay, and get the underwriting booklet. That's why I wanted to go through it so you can look at it and it'll say dialysis in there, standard, in the booklet. They may not tell you that publicly. They don't want to tell you that publicly, but yeah, so you could be helping and blessing people that's on dialysis or people that have certain medical conditions you couldn't get them coverage before. Give them first aid coverage with Trans. They're going through underwriting. See, a lot of times you have a lot of companies that don't want to do an MIB up front. They want to do it at the tail end. But if they die in a year or two and they do the MIB and they find something, they deny the claim. But if you go through the underwriting initially up front and they get approved, they're pretty much 99% of the chance not going to deny the claim. They just want to make sure that the premium is paid. So the premium is paid, that's it. And they go through underwriting, they die anytime. That thing is 99% of the time it's going to pay out unless it's fraud. Okay? That's the other percent right there. But other than that, you're blessing somebody. They also got a nice booklet for final wishes. You can order all this material. You can order. It's in color. It's free. You get up to 50, so you can go in the back office. You can order all the supplies you need, consumer books, funeral planning booklets and stuff like that. You guys can order all of that at no cost. I showed you guys the leads, where to order leads at very low cost. Mailers, you can knock on doors. I don't care what state is in. So you can't. Maurice, you're in North Carolina. You can order leads. other agents out there, you guys are all over the country. You know, you're in the DMV. Well, order some leads. You know, you in Delaware, order leads. You in Tennessee, Cynthia, order leads. You in South Carolina, go ahead, get yourself some leads. Order some leads. They're only a few bucks. How much? I mean, they range from $3 on up, and most of the time they're discounted. You might get, like, right now it's a discount on leads. Right now they're 25% off. You can't beat that. You see it right here up on the screen.
Bill, that's from Lead Center, right? Okay, I see it. Right.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
cool.
integrity. Yeah.
And
yeah,
and you can zero in on right where you are, right in your county, right?
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
I could pick direct mail and pick my county. Like, let's pick Maryland. You guys want to pick Maryland?
Yeah, do Prince George's County.
Do Baltimore.
Direct mail, Prince George. Here we go. Look at these mortgage protection leads. It's crazy, right? These are mailers, guys. These are mailers. So you know you can write term with that. And you could give them. Trans has great term when it comes to income protection. By the way, we didn't get into it, but they have an income protection rider up to $2,000 a month. That's how I sell them. I know a lot of people sell return of premium, but I kind of sell the income protection because that's if you can have a critical injury. Okay, I think you can still get it on a critical injury. Critical illness, definitely. Critical injury. So a lot of people don't understand that, the difference, the illness and injury. So get hit by a car or something like that, and time off of work, you need it. But let's look at this. Wow, 385 leads for $3. 2 or 3 years old. So what? Knock on the door and sell them a Trans. Right? And then if you keep ordering leads, you could do this too, Deborah, in Jersey. You could do it, Camden County.
Hey, Bill, that income protection product.
I agree.
Huh?
That income protection product, can that be for a business too, or is it only up to $2,000?
I think it's only up to $2,000.
Yeah.
But you can get, this is why we have the trainings with Chris. You can directly get trained by your concierge, and he could train you directly on that product, show you and how to illustrate it.
Okay.
Or he can illustrate it for you.
Okay, thank you.
Can we get training on a 1035 exchange or replacement? Yes. I would say Chris can do that. Christopher Canarini, you guys. So I will send everyone on here this lead. Everything that I'm showing you guys, I'm going to send this over to you so you guys can get inside the Integrity Lead Center too as well. Again, if you guys are getting Medicare, they have Medicare leads in here too, okay, that you guys can get as well. All types of leads, okay? I can select my lead category, all right? Direct mail, exclusive, you know, verified leads. Let's go to verify leads. We're still in Prince George County. There's none available.
Can I just say something about the lead? Like, thank you for introducing me to this. I've heard it, but you know how hard-headed I am, Bill, right? So I used to work with a company, as you did, $110 a lead, I think it was, $125 a lead, knocking on doors, leads that had been recycled. Agents had already been there at that rate. Like, that was incredulous, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just awful. But this opportunity, I'd rather, of course, being an independent broker, and then you were supposed to be captive to that particular company. You couldn't use the lead for anything else except that product.
Right.
Like, this is just so next level. Thank
And
you.
you got, and you know what you could do? You could watch all the training here on the Integrity platforms, guys. You can watch the training. You can set up campaigns. You can manage leads. You got vouchers and stuff for different, if leads were bad or something wasn't with them. They have a dialer in here too that you can dial, a phone burner. You guys seen that? They got a phone burner in here.
I just saw that. They just put that in.
Yeah, they just put that in. So there's
Yeah.
a burner for a phone in here. Where is it?
So if your little finger gets tired, you can just go on the burner.
Yeah. You could just call them. You can automate leads, guys. I'm telling you, there's so many things that you guys can do in here. But yeah, there's a phone burner in here, and they could just call all your leads for you too as well. You can put them into, you can put your leads all into a database, and they just press a button and call everybody. So we got people doing that. Okay, you can register for the Final Expense Clients webinar Monday. You should register for this, and that's going over like Final Expense clients, things like that. Again, there's a lot of other trainings in here, but at least you have a one lead platform. And these might be older leads. That's fine. You're just trying to get out there and knock on some doors, get some sales, and then you can buy the more, not more expensive leads, but the more quality leads because they're more fresh, they're more direct.
Well, all you have to do is sell one lead, Bill, and you've paid for the whole shebang. So where's the training that we can watch on our own time? Because I was looking for that the other day.
From Integrity?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll send you the link and everything. There's a whole page on their platform for training for all of this. Like this whole platform.
We can watch it on our own, like when we have spaces and gaps. Okay, that's what I
you can watch it. That's what I did when I first, learned how to do it. I just kind of like watched everything, and it's easy to kind of go through all of this right here, guys. So I'll send it over to you, Chris. Everybody, you guys will get all of this morning, everything that we're looking at.
Thank you.
So you guys can get set up.
You take such good care of us, Bill. We so appreciate you.
No, I just want it because I'm looking at it as a marketing, aspect is we have been kind of like in the last 4 years, all of us, we have not been knocking on any doors. We got lazy when it comes to the way we used to write Final Expense. And the way we were writing Final Expense before was what? We get a direct mailer, we'll knock on the door, and we had a pitch, right? Wasn't that what we were doing, guys, before the pandemic?
Yes.
And I'm not saying everyone has to go back to that, but we were doing that. And we kind of missed that day of doing that. So we could get back to that, or you could get into table events. Now you could get a lot of material from Transamerica. They have tablecloths, they have other things like that. You can order that stuff and you can do table events, church events, fill out mailers, right there, lead cards. You could do that as well. Remember, the purpose of why I'm showing Transamerica is, number one, is the underwriting, the way we get paid, of course, the pricing for the client. It's a win, win, and win all the way around for the client, for the agent. You're keeping your book of business, you're making a good income, and that's what agents want. They want to feel good at the end of the day, knowing that if somebody were to pass, are they going to pay their claims? Yes. Okay. Are they a household name? Yes. Are they the top 3? Yes. Can I compete with Mutual of Omaha? Absolutely. Okay. They're not covering these conditions like that. And you guys know that. They're not covering this. Those conditions, they're not covering that at all. That's why I kind of go back on this. Who's covering this and giving them preferred? How many clients do you know right now, Medicare and other, that have these conditions right now, and you could price shop them right now?
The fact that they don't go overweight is a key.
Yes, dialysis. I wanted you to screenshot the book. It'll show you standard for dialysis first day, Debbie.
And I think you told us this a couple of months ago, that you can actually go to a dialysis center, bring them donuts and coffee, obviously, and sit in there, because these people do not have coverage, most of them, because they're surprised about their situation, and sell them these plans sitting right there without any restrictions.
Absolutely. You can make a copy of their booklet and be the agent. And I would print out one of those pages of those conditions, circle that, make copies of it, attach your business card. Hopefully it's one of the dialysis centers where you could go in there and you could solicit, ask them. There's so many different dialysis centers. Okay. Not just DaVita. You have Fresenius, you have other ones too. They're out here, pockets of them. And you could be pitching or helping them out, or do a presentation, in there and help them out. They're getting first day coverage. If they do have life insurance, we know it's a guaranteed issue policy. They don't have no coverage for 2 years. They're paying that guarantee issue prices for the rest of their life. Okay. And the prices are terrible. They're going to probably double pay their death benefit in 10 years. Okay. Because the pricing is so high because it's just a condition that they just don't want to insure. Look at the heart failure. Let's get into that one. Heart failure and heart disease. I can give them preferred for heart disease. How many people have heart disease?
A lot.
Or heart
Many.
failure?
Lot.
You know,
All
A
those
lot
clients,
of people.
Yeah.
all those clients you have that, last 10 years, you were never able to write anything on because they had an issue. You can go back and write this. What's their diabetic situation on that?
So the insulin, they have insulin. I think it's a problem with insulin. I think
Like a pill or a needle?
No, pill could be
Pill is
preferred.
fine?
Yeah,
Okay,
pill is
yeah.
fine. Yeah. The
But the
insulin, they're
needle-
not the best for insulin. I don't know why. We have other carriers that give first day of insulin. But I don't know why they chose the insulin diabetes. Like that was a problem. Like you have heart disease, heart failure, respiratory disease, and strokes. I can almost give them preferred. But the insulin is like, I can't give them that. Why? I'm not understanding that, Trans. But we have other carriers. We can write Foresters. We can write other carriers for insulin.
You know, that point, the fact that they have a 10 pay is not always doable for people who can't afford that type of budgeting. But, we come across a lot of younger people that have dialysis. At least I have come across some very young people, and they're going to have that for life. So to allow them the opportunity, if they can utilize that opportunity, to not have to pay for insurance for the rest of their life and end up overpaying for that insurance, that's a big deal. Because I was with a company and everyone had like this whole life policy and they had to pay until they died, and people were literally paying 3 times, 4 times over for their benefit, and they could have paid for their funeral again 3 or 4 times over with their own insurance. So that's a really good thing to keep in mind. You can get younger people 10 years and they're done paying for their insurance and they get first day coverage. Like that's a win-win-win.
Yeah, if you think about it, remember we could get from 0 to 85. A lot of companies don't do that. 0 to 85. You see some companies right here. Look, 45, 50, 50, 50, 45. They say men, woman lie, numbers don't lie. There's the numbers. Yeah, they have term too. I mean, I can show you guys term, but I mean, we was more talking about final expense today. Cynthia, we can get in a term and IUL next Wednesday when Scott Gordy is going to actually do the presentation a lot about this. And you guys can ask them a lot of questions, how they changed, how they ramped up everything, how they want to get back into this market because companies have to take a lot of risks and they're a multi-billion-dollar company and they're very liberal in their public and they don't want that bad face, they don't want that bad publicity. So, they have shareholders, man. I mean, they'll get rid of CEOs, if you have a public company, if there's a bad face on there. Okay. So against a lot of the private companies we just went through, some of them, they're more private. So they're more to like, Aubrey was saying, asking for paramedics right there. Okay. Basically redlining. Okay. They have no health conditions, none of that stuff. They'll redline you if you've never seen a doctor or something like that, or it wasn't recent or something. So it's a lot. But since I've been writing the trans, I've been writing term or the finals, I haven't had any issues. Wrote IUL. I have trans IUL myself personally. I did it years ago. I haven't had any issues.
I was just on the phone with Trans. I'm just
marijuana is
adding
preferred.
something. Bill, I just wanted to say, I was just on the phone with Trans because I just wrote an application this week with the lady who had all those health conditions. And yay, she got approved.
Wow.
This
Tell
lady
me
had,
experience. What happened?
so another agent, of course, from Transamerica reached out to me and told me that he had a client that he couldn't take care of because she got denied. I said, okay, what's going on with her health? She has COPD, she has diabetes, she has high blood pressure, she has anxiety, she's depressed. And they said that she had some liver issues, but she recently went back to her doctor and they said she doesn't. So But we put her in standard, which of course is first day, and she got approved. So the only thing I had to call in this morning on the back end, just looking at my reports, was her address because they didn't read the apartment part. But once I called in just now, I updated the address just to make sure it's clear, because I was like, maybe I typed it in wrong. They cleared it. They was like, she's good to go. I was like, okay, so has she been approved? He was like, yeah, that's all we needed to correct. So she'll be issued. So that was really exciting. So now she has first day. She went from getting declined to 2-year possibly with other companies to first day coverage.
That's incredible that they gave it to her with COPD. Oh my gosh.
That's what we're
I
trying
mean,
to
but
tell
it
you.
wasn't just the COPD, it was the COPD. She's depressed. She has anxiety. She's a
Gosh,
Yeah,
diabetic.
she's taking
And
those
that's
meds.
he will
High
make you
blood
graded.
pressure.
Wait,
and
That COPD
she's
will
high
make you
blood
graded.
pressure.
Wait, now so she's got depression and she's taking those depression drugs and they gave it to her?
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I
they're
can't
big
believe
on
that.
they're
Ooh,
big
that's
on depression
amazing.
drugs.
Listen,
They're
I got
big-
to I gotta go. I'm going down to the center right now.
I need all you
I'm
depressed
right-
people, get in
I'm going
line.
down to the center, okay?
But yeah, she got approved with, and like I said, she got approved. He didn't say that it was going to be changed. He said she got approved. She's
That's
approved as
awesome.
standard.
Oh my
So we
gosh.
know, everyone knows that that's a first day coverage policy. And that is really, to me,
That is
as many
awesome.
elements as she has, like one element, 2 elements, maybe, but she has a lot of things going on with her.
She has a list.
Well, the COPD alone will make a person be graded. So
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I was just shocked.
Yes.
My mother
Yes.
was
That's why.
COPD, high blood pressure,
They already
diabetes.
put Aubrey under me
She
because
was
I got a
rated.
commission from like $71 for Transamerica. I was like, what's that?
Oh, I can hear you, Cliff.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, I was trying to talk at the same time. I was like, I didn't understand.
But you know what? Do you have anything, any testimony, anything you want to say? Because I know you did some trans, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I had a client who is, I guess, in insurance eyes is obese, right? I couldn't get her for anything but pre-need. But being in her early 40s, all right, for the amount that she wanted, pre-need was just going to be too expensive for her. So I said, well, I do have a company that it's real great, Transamerica, and they're giving great ratings. And she was doubting. She's like, okay, you could try, but everybody turned me down. We went through Transamerica. What I was getting her for pre-need at the rate she could afford was only like $6,000 or $7,000. I got her immediate solutions with Transamerica for $40,000 for the same price she would have paid on a pre-need at $7,000. And I put her at standard, because of the way I was like, okay, yeah, let's just pray we could get her a standard and non-standard. Well, when I woke up the next morning, I got an email that not only was approved, but she was approved for preferred. She did not believe. She called the company like 3 times because she didn't believe what I was saying. I even showed her the daggone approval email and the rate. And she
You were
still
doing
had
the
to
happy
call.
dance.
What was I? You know what I mean? And then and the good thing about it, that not only was she happy, for every customer, you give them your referral cards to list 5 people. So now I got 5 referrals on top of that one. And like, yeah, I'm gonna go all in with Transamerica. Unless they absolutely can't get it, then I'll go into the pre-need. But it's like, why for me?
Referrals are free money. Woo, free money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the illustrations aren't hard to do either. I've never done an illustration before until I called the sales department because Kristen was busy at the time. So I called the sales department and had them walk me through it. And it's not as difficult as I expected.
So the
very
piggyback
easy
on
walk
that,
through.
it was easy to call the case management team. They got a whole team that's dedicated to doing that. And I know Cliff, you called them and Arby called them. Any issues with that, with calling and getting them to run illustrations or anything?
No, but this one actually taught me. I asked him, I said, instead of you just doing it for me, because you just really teach me. So he was like, yeah, no problem. So he actually walked me through it, and then I was clicking on buttons, and then I was able to ask him, well, what is this for? What is solve for? What is that for? What is this for? So he was able to at least explain to me the details of it, because IUL is new to me. I've been final expense for over 10 years. So I'm getting into the IUL part now, and I'm noticing, like, for me, having one client of mine being signed up with a totally different company, and it took them like 3 weeks to 4 weeks to get approved, to what I'm hearing now is just like phenomenal. So I can't wait. I got 5 applications praying, next week I'll be closing those.
That's great.
IULs are awesome.
And
I'm
they're
looking at
helping
a
you.
black lung. For black lung, it's standard, but if they have an activity credit, it's preferred.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Or COPD or emphysema, kind of the same. But yeah, I know some people that had black lung that was in the hospital for a month and a half. Like, that's very serious. You get that, yeah. I mean, you don't ever want to wish that on somebody. But for IUL, guys, now check this out. They enhanced all of their IUL underwriting, benefits. They're adding all these riders. It's a faster decision. There's so much going on with the IUL. So I know Scott will talk more about that next week, how all the enhancements when it comes to the IUL, the performance, everything, guys, and the competition. But the point with the IUL is that you're paid, again, very good commissions. I mean, you're over, probably most of you guys over 100%. And you're paid direct by the carrier. You keep the bonuses. There's trips that are easy to win. I went on Transamerica trips all the time. Back then, we were writing it all like that. Back when it was sweet like this, okay? Because we had it sweet like this, where things we just sending stuff over, just going through, and that kind of stopped. So Scott will go over all of that, because a lot of people still have a bad. You could click on the underwriting book, Deb, and you can look at incarceration. So I want to make sure that everyone gets a chance actually to scan this, because you can look at that. So scan this right here and look at the underwriting guide. So you can look at all the conditions, because I know you said HIV, I was telling you decline, but we got companies that, you just had to call me. I forgot this is a Transamerica webinar, but we could talk offline on that, okay? On HIV. So
Bill,
sure, go ahead.
that sheet you just had up that had the different things that were standard and preferred, is that in this product guide, that page?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
okay.
All of them, all the conditions are in here. Okay. And I was telling you guys, when it comes to behavioral health issues, yeah, that's it right there. The schizophrenia and the bipolar.
I was just gonna say, did you see that bipolar is preferred? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's preferred. I'm trying to tell you guys, it's preferred. A lot of these things on here, I mean, look at it. You can look at it here, just the first page, and you can
Bill,
tell.
Do they talk about criminal records? I didn't see that.
They do. It's in here. You guys scan this.
They have it there.
It is, okay.
It's on page 14, parole and probation, and then they have a felony rating as well in the book as well.
Okay.
And it's not declined automatically.
But is it I'm curious, is it first day? Because like, I just know a client that I put in Great Western. He's 2-year modified, because I think I know he's bipolar for sure. I can't remember if he was schizo or not, but I do know that they gave him 2-year waiting period. I just wasn't sure if they would. And
schizophrenia is preferred. Huh. Schizophrenia is preferred.
What?
Felony offenses. Felony offenses within 3 years are declined. 3 to 5 years, it's graded. 5 to 10, it's standard. Over 10 years, is preferred.
So he would be, I guess, a standard, I'm thinking, because he's been home for, I think, 2 years now, and he's clear and free now.
That he can even get it.
I know. Usually
it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a decline no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Schizophrenia preferred.
Whoa! Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of mental issues going on out here. You guys can get them, almost preferred. So
I mean, when you just said you can get preferred for schizo, that is like, what?
That's off the chart.
Calls. I got
call. I got a few people I can call. Shoot. Like,
go down there to the home.
Wait a minute. What's the age on this?
0 to 85, and just use this.
Shut up.
And I'm sure they
So
on
hold
Social
up. All my
Security.
young people that got issues can get on this?
Yeah,
Yes,
and if they got Social
imagine
Security
their
billing,
rates, right?
well, the
Wow.
rates are the best.
This is
Oh my
exciting for
gosh. I know
people.
so many big, I'm sorry, but not, I know so many big people who can't get coverage properly.
Mhm.
It's exciting. It is so exciting to
That's
be
why I wanted to start with
nervous.
the final expense side first
Wow.
before we get into the term and the IUL, because remember they have a portfolio full of products, and that their underwriting is like this for majority of their products. That's why I'm like, no, we actually need this in our community. We need these type of products. We're dealing with, sickly people or elderly people. They want to be priced good. And then if you have a concern about them not paying for their premiums, use the Social Security billing.
Yes.
Get it
Right.
out of the Social Security. It doesn't have to be Social Security from Medicare. I mean, like Social Security is Social Security. If they're on SSDI or SSI, it's the same Social Security, guys.
Go down to the shelter and
so
line them up.
so here's a question. So Transamerica back then, some people get paid Social Security on certain days of the month, like a Wednesday, first Wednesday, second Wednesday. So do they still have it like that, so that it just, as soon as it hit their account, it,
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So as soon as they draft, we get paid. We used to have it as soon as it's approved, we get paid, but they kind of stopped that. So usually when you send the app in, within 4 hours, they'll give you a decision on the final expense. Okay. And then once you see it's approved, that's it. They pay the premium. And the premium might come out whenever, 30 days later, up to 30 days. But as soon as they draft the money, you're gonna get paid right away. About 48 hours later. And it is 9 months advance, because I know we're on a public platform. Whatever your commission is, so if it's 100% and it's $100 a month, which is a good policy, that's $1,200. So you get 9 months of that. So, then you get the 10th, 11th, and 12th month. You'll have that at the end, telling you, plus your residuals. So it doesn't. And remember, your clients are getting good riders too with this. I mean, they're really getting good riders, because the riders mean something too in here. Okay, let's just go back for that real quick. The riders do mean something, because these accelerate, because a lot of our clients get very sick and ill. They need the money right away. They might need it for nursing, homes, or they might need it to pay for the funeral. So if they can get the money now, then why not? They need to go ahead and just pay it for the funeral. Let's go through it right here. Accelerated death benefit rider with nursing home benefit or terminal illness, death benefit rider. So if they're terminally ill, I got cancer, something like that, it's going downhill, they can get their money now and just pay for the funeral.
This is automatically in the policy, or is this what you're adding?
No, it's automatically in.
Okay.
For this,
so
and
if
the
it's a terminal illness accelerated death benefit rider, it's not going to go past whatever the limit is on the insurance policy, though, correct?
No.
Okay.
It's automatic, because they might need that money for a funeral. So if somebody was terminally ill, they're going in a nursing home or something like that, I would just call in the money and just pay for the funeral and just single pay it and get it out the way. That's the best thing you could do for a family member.
Got you.
And everyone on here is agents. We know what terminal illness means.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have to get into that, right?
Right. So these are the backs that you can write these policies for.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
You can add the accidental in there, which is just double the death benefit. That's all it is a few bucks. And then the children and grandchildren's, under, I think it's under 21, if I'm not mistaken. I'll ask them that. But you can add up to 9 children.
But even if you look at the Easy Solutions death benefit, there's not many companies that's giving you $25,000 if you're on that level.
Yeah, that's definitely graded, or
Yeah, you're not going to max out at 25. Most of the time when you're on Easy Solution level, you're only getting 15, some of them 10. You may find 20, but I've never seen 25 unless I haven't seen.
And when you write that, it's like 20 points from whatever your commission level is. So it's not that bad to write, even for you as an agent.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a win-win, even though it's a 2-year wait
Thank you.
for them to get coverage. But what else are they going to? If they can't get immediate solutions after all those benefits we saw, they ain't getting coverage with nobody else. Okay.
Yeah, they just better go do some activity. Go and walk. Start walking every day.
Bill, do you
Your crates.
know anything about the cash value accumulations in these policies, if there is any?
Probably not good.
There is, usually in final expense is very low. It's after 2 years. You start seeing something in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Final expenses, the cash values are just not the best. Once you illustrate it, you'll see it. If you see cash values anywhere year one, that's a good policy. Pre-needs, it has some of that. You'll see it year one or something. But typically it's year two when you start seeing cash values in these policies. But yeah, you guys can borrow. They can borrow against that. Near the cash values. I saw it because I was doing the illustrations on clients. So they have it.
Thank you.
So anyway, guys, I know it's 11 o'clock. I really appreciate everyone that talked on here and kind of gave their own testimonial today, and as a witness to many other agents on here, because I wanted this to be a more personal thing for agents, not just a pitch deck, on here. We're just going through some stuff. I really wanted to hear from you guys, your experiences with trans, the ease of doing business, getting paid. This is for brokers that are out there or people who are captive. They're looking to pivot and they want a portfolio full of products. They want term, they want IUL, they want annuity. They also want final expense. They want a company that they know they can trust, that's going to pay claims, has the best product, the best pricing, the best commissions. You're getting it all right here under one umbrella, with Transamerica. And next, and just real quick, so this Monday, we're going over infinite banking concept, which is debt elimination, this Monday. So I'll be sending that out to you guys so you guys can check that out. Jason Brown will be going over that a lot. He's 20 plus years in the business. They have a whole concept. We're going to be talking a lot about funnels, how to generate leads, because that's the real way of generating leads. Like I have funnels going out, that we're going to be doing so you guys can get those leads. Also, I'll be sending you guys the page about the whole leads, all about the leads, the integrity leads and everything. You guys will get them today. I'm free today. So if you guys got to call me, if I don't get right to you, best believe, I always call you guys back. I always call everybody back. I'll be calling you back. So I would say this is a great opportunity. And if you guys are with Transamerica now and you don't have a writing number with us, you can get a writing number because we're going to do a lot of training, especially when it comes to table events, leads, a lot of other things here where you're not getting that with your current and other FMOs. So if you don't have a writing number with us, just send me an email or a text, or I'll send this out to you. I'll send you the contracting forms to get contracted with. And you guys can build teams, whatever you want to do. You're not captive or anything like that. And let's keep this moving. So next Wednesday, Scott Gordy will be on here. Hopefully you guys can jump on and check that out. And Scott's going to go over and answer some questions directly from Transamerica. He is the vice president of Transamerica. And he's going to go over a lot of the term and IUL benefits as well. So you guys will be very impressed about that, of all the updating of the new underwriting guidelines that are out there. So thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate you guys. Enjoy your holiday. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you guys Monday. Jason Brown will be on there. You'll see the link go out on Eventbrite. So you can register that for debt elimination, because we're going to do a lot of teaching on that. And remember, guys, we're always going to be teaching, teaching and selling, finding the best products for you guys all the time, keeping it short and sweet, getting right to the point. I thank you guys for being on here for this hour and look forward to seeing you guys on Monday. Feel free to call me and I'll be here. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.